Do you feel stuck in life? Like you're powerless to change or move forward? Maybe you don't feel like you have time to devote to what's important to you. Hey, my name is Andrew, and I'm going to talk with you today about achieving your vision in just 3 steps. Now, before you tune me out thinking this is some kind of self-help nonsense, I promise it's nothing like that at all. What I want to share with you today is not a shortcut or any kind of get-it-quick scheme. You will have to take responsibility and work hard. But by following these 3 steps, I believe that you really can make tangible progress in achieving your vision. I've learned these 3 steps over the years from my own life experience. I have plenty of mess ups and screw ups from over the years, as well as wise counsel from other people. So these 3 steps are really nothing revolutionary. But I find that when you take these steps and you give them a structure and you put them into a system, it really makes them invaluable life tools. So, what are the 3 steps to achieving your vision? They are: number 1, cast a clear vision. Number 2, set achievable goals. And number 3, complete specific task. If you stick around to the end, I'll share an additional 4th bonus step with you that you can use whenever you're feeling especially unmotivated or if you're facing a particularly difficult task. And if you head over to my website, heartsoulandmind.org, I've also made a free worksheet that can help you get started with achieving your vision. I'll link for that down in the description. Now, it's important to remember that all 3 steps must be completed in order to achieve your vision. Like I said, you have to work hard and there are no shortcuts here. Let's talk about step number 1, casting a clear vision. What is a vision? A vision is a big picture statement of what you hope to achieve. Having a clear vision is the most important step. Having a clear vision is the most important step. When casting a vision, you can ask yourself, where do I want to be in a certain area of my life? Where am I now? And where do I want to be? Some examples of some vision statements might be, I want to be a homeowner so I can be more settled. Or I want to be emotionally healthy so I can be a better parent. Or I want to be at a higher level in my career so I can help others. Or perhaps I want to be free of my pornography addiction so I'm ready for a mature relationship. That last vision is particularly personal for me. That was my vision for many years. And through God's grace and His faithfulness and a lot of patience with me, He brought me through my addiction to where I am now. So you can always ask yourself, what things are in my life that don't align with my values? And what good desires do I have that do align with my values? And you really should pursue those good values and those good desires that you have. Don't be afraid to dream big. You probably won't be the next oil baron or like a rock and roll legend or anything like that. But as we get older, I find that we tend to suppress our imaginations and we stop dreaming. So it will feel a little bit ridiculous, and that's okay. But cast a vision for yourself that seems a little bit out of your reach right now. And you will honestly be amazed at what you can do when you work really hard. It's important to remember also that your vision won't change over time. Your goals and your tasks are going to be adaptable to your circumstances, but your vision is always going to remain the same. A vision is not something that you rush to achieve. It's something that's realized gradually, sometimes over like a year or even more. You also want to avoid being too vague when you're writing your vision. Something like, I want to be healthier. That's too vague. You also want to avoid being too specific. Something like, I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. That's too specific. Those kinds of details are specified in your goals and in your task. Instead, you want to write something like, I want to eat healthy and exercise regularly so I can enjoy physical activities with my friends and family. And notice that last part of that statement particularly, so I can enjoy physical activities with my friends and family. That's the motivation for why you might want to eat healthy and exercise regularly. And don't be afraid to include your motivation in your vision statement. When you do that, it'll give you a greater incentive to follow through with completing your goals and your task. And when you're feeling particularly unmotivated or discouraged, you can go back and reread your vision statement. And when your motivation is there, it'll give you the encouragement that you need. So, after you completed step 1, casting a clear vision for yourself, The second step is to set achievable goals. Goals are the objectives to reaching your vision. They're more specific than your vision. So if we continue with our example of exercising regularly, one of your goals might be go to the gym 3 times a week. Your goals are something that you accomplish usually over an intermediate period of time, about 1 to 3 months. So when you're setting out to accomplish or to set your goals, this should be something that stretches you, but should still be something that's achievable. You want to work hard and diligently in order to complete your goals, but you should also be realistic about what you're able to do and give yourself grace. For example, if your goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week, maybe you can pull that back and commit to going once a week during a particularly busy season of life. And also, don't be afraid to do something like skip a day if you feel like a day of rest is really what's best for you. So, to achieve your vision, number one, you cast clear vision. Number two, you set achievable goals. And number three, you complete specific tasks. Tasks are the individual activities that you complete usually in a day or less. If you have a task that feels like it's going to take you several days to do, consider making that a goal instead and then breaking it up into smaller tasks. Tasks are perfect to put into the reminders in the to-do app on your phone. You can make a list, as an example, something called like exercise 3 times a week, and then add your task to that list. For example, if we're exercising 3 times a week, we might have tasks that look like renew gym membership, complete by the 13th. Go to the gym on Monday after work, leg day. Go to the gym on Wednesday on my lunch break, core day. Go to the gym on Friday after work, cardio day. Notice how each of those tasks had specific dates and times attached to them. Things like complete by the 13th, after work, during my lunch break, and these kinds of things. When you're creating a task for yourself, be sure to give yourself these specific dates and times to complete your task and/or give yourself deadlines. When you do this and you add things to your calendar, it helps you to guarantee that you're going to have time to complete your task and it'll protect that time for you. But you also won't feel overwhelmed. You also aren't going to feel like you're neglecting your task because you've already set aside that future time in order to complete them. So you'll be able to just feel more at peace about everything. And this is really the part where you have to take responsibility. You will achieve your goals if you take them one task at a time, but during certain seasons of life, you're going to accomplish more than others. And that's okay. And sometimes you're also going to mess up, and that's okay too. When you miss the mark, it doesn't mean that you're back at square one or any of your progress has been lost. Instead, our failures are going to show us the areas that we still need to grow in. And then when you take responsibility for your actions, that means that you have the power to change. You can say, I chose an action last time that wasn't very beneficial, so that means next time I can choose an action that's better for me. You're not passive in the direction that your life is moving. You do have the power to change. My pastor has a saying that I really love, which is that if nothing changes, then nothing changes. So the 3 steps to achieving your vision are number one, cast a clear vision. Number two, set achievable goals. And number three, complete specific task. By working hard and following these 3 steps, you can achieve the vision in your life. But as promised at the beginning of our talk, we do have a fourth bonus step that you can use when you're feeling especially unmotivated or facing a particularly difficult task. The fourth step that you can take is to take small steps. Steps are individual actions that are required in order to complete your task. A step can take as little as a few seconds to complete. Something that can be beneficial with a task is to break it down into those smaller steps. And this can be particularly helpful for my neurodivergent friends out there who get easily distracted or feel unmotivated most of the time. So by having a list of individual steps in front of you, it will help you to stay focused, but also you can feel more motivated as you're checking items off that list more often. And for anybody who's just facing a particularly difficult task, it can also be helpful to think through those steps required in order to complete your task. This can help you feel less anxious because you've taken a little bit more time to plan and prepare, so you can feel again more at ease as you're completing your task. So if our task is to go to the gym, then we might have steps that look like pack my workout clothes into my gym bag, put protein powder into my shaker bottle, and then pack it into my gym bag, and then pack my gym bag in my car. So it is important to remember, though, that you can go too far with your task and with your steps. The goal here is to divide things up in a way that's helpful and it's beneficial. So if the task and the steps start to feel like they're overwhelming, then just simplify things. Just use your best judgment and do whatever is right for you. You can achieve your vision with 3 steps. Number 1, cast a clear vision. Number 2, set achievable goals. And number 3, complete specific task. And an optional 4th step is that you can take small steps. Now, as a reminder, I do have a free worksheet over on heartsoulandmind.org, and there's a link to that in the description. I hope this was helpful for you today. If you like this discussion, be sure to hit that like button so that other people can easily find quality content. And in the comments, let me know if you want to see more content like this. And while you're down there, go ahead and share a vision that you have for your life, or maybe what motivates you in order to grow to be a better person. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.